All right, all right, all right. All right. Let's get ready to go live. How about we go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get ready to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Live in 5, 4, 3. 2 to the 1. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Hope you're doing well out in Happy Land. Y'all good-looking, sexy people doing all right tonight. Get ready for another transmission. Let's go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, like Finnegan. In 5. Take a deep breath. Hold and command yourself to relax. Let go of all worry, anxiety, apprehension, vexation, annoyance, everything that bothers and troubles the soul. And get ready to go live. Let's do it. Let's get ready to go live. Broadcasting to you from the central kingdom of the celestial dragon, Twilight Zone Old Peking, far behind the bamboo firewall, Frank Monday, coming at you once again like Finnegan. Please hit the likes and subscribe, everyone. Keep them barking like Pavlov's dog. And we'll get ready to go live soon as you're ready. Wayfarer, take a deep breath, if you would, with me on 3. Hold it for 2, 1. And command yourself to relax. There's nothing to worry about in this space, Wayfarer. We're just going to get good magic done. I am your Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon, Star of the East, Frank Monday. Broadcasting to you today, Wayfarer, Wanderer, Wildcat, Wizard, and Warrior alike, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may receive this transmission. Make sure you guys check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Pull something in the tip jar. Let's get started with a very easy to follow guided visualization. Assume a comfortable position and allow yourself to relax. You can close your eyes if you like. Take a deep breath in. Release it gently. With each breath, allow your body to relax more deeply. Allow your mind to center on my voice. Feel your feet grounding you to the earth, and as you breathe, naturally, rhythmically, invigorating the body, imagine a warm wave of relaxation washing over you from head to toe, going all the way down, spreading throughout the body. Maybe get a little of the wiggles out as it passes over the heart center, the abdomen, past the knees and into the calves, as it flows down across your body. Notice how your head and neck and shoulders relax, your chest and torso, spine naturally curve and relax, hips, groin, thighs, relax. Command it all to relax. as it runs down from under the knee, across the calves, and out across the toes, sinking blissfully more deeply into relaxation. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and as I do so, just continue to imagining yourself getting more relaxed, more peaceful, more filled with love, light, and joy. 10, feeling safe and secure in this space. No judgment, no vexation, nothing that would bother you, just peaceful, blissful feelings. 9, deeper and deeper into this space of relaxation, surrounded by warmth and energy. Cool, refreshing inhale and exhale. 8, relaxing more with each natural, rhythmic breath. 7, allowing your mind to open now, sensing all of the energies around you, every fiber of your being vibrating with a state of supreme relaxation. 6, drifting further into calm and tranquility, complete stillness flowing over your mind. 5, you're halfway there now, and feeling serene and safe in your sanctuary of serendipity. 4, go deeper still, aspirant. Imagine the warmth and relaxation embracing you and taking you deeper and deeper. 3, almost there. 2, surrender to peace. 1, fully relaxed now, your mind open and receptive. In this beautiful, relaxed state, you feel grateful, obviously grateful that you can be here, because I mean, how much time do we actually have together, Wayfarer? Not very much. I mean, our passing moments in these brief expanses are so very, very limited. And they're becoming even more increasingly limited still, right? We always need your support, me, myself, and I. And I invite you to check me out at buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Put a little something in the tip jar and relax with me as we go on a journey forward into time and space. Today, we're going to be looking at the Narcotic Manuscripts by H.P. Lovecraft. Got a nice little video loaded up for you here. Let me see what it looks like on the screen. Yeah, there it is there. Wow, looking good. What a treat. What a wonderful thing to be with you, Wayfarer. All right, and to have you back again to enjoy the transmission. If at any time you'd like to join the conversation or chime in, let me know where you're tuning in from, what time of day you find yourself in. For me, it's getting into the wee hours of the evening, and I'm about to head off into Dreamland. So maybe we can spend an hour or an hour and a half together, Wayfarer, you and I. All right, enjoying the transmission. If you listen to this at a later point, make sure you leave a little comment on the video. I can appreciate that. Puts a little pep in my step and the lead in my pencil. Let's get into it. So let me preface this just briefly. We've got a AI-generated slop from the old YouTube algobots, force feeding it to us. You, me, and the other guy, right? But this one is specifically geared towards Lovecraftian esoteric information, and they seem to be doing well with it. It's a popular thing. It's in the public domain, and as a result, you get some fairly decent chum to sort through and try to find some tidbits. And we can do that together, Wayfarer, you and I, interested in the future and the revelations that bring about real change in our lives. Going to The old buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday website will definitely do that for you. There's some documents there and some behind the scenes stuff that are worth the entry fee. So check me out and do that thing. Hit the button, like and subscribe, guys. Let's get into it. I'm gonna roll tape.
Among the many whispered legends of forbidden tomes and ancient grimoires, few possess the same aura of mystery as the Pnakotic manuscripts. Unlike the Necronomicon, whose apocryphal copies have been the subject of countless debates, or the Unaussprechlichen Kulten, which exists in fragments scattered across secretive archives, the Pnakotic manuscripts remain an enigma, wrapped in layers of obscurity. Some claim it never existed in any material form, that it is a collection of knowledge transcribed in fleeting visions granted to those who dream too deeply. Others believe it is a lost relic from a pre-human age, a remnant of a civilization that transcended both time and space. Mainstream scholars dismiss the Pnakotic manuscripts as mere fiction, a literary invention meant to terrify and mystify those drawn to the occult. Yet among esoteric circles, it is said that fragments still survive, scattered across ancient monasteries, hidden in crumbling vaults beneath forgotten cities, or buried within the archives of institutions that would rather their existence remain unknown. An enigma, wrapped in layers of obscurity.
Yeah, there you have it there. So,
some claim it never existed in any material form, that it is a collection of knowledge transcribed in fleeting visions granted to those who dream too deeply.
yeah, it's kind of an important aspect there that we should take a moment to point out and observe is that
Others believe it is a lost relic from the Pnakotic manuscripts remain an enigma, wrapped in layers of obscurity. Some claim it never existed in any material form, that it is a collection of knowledge transcribed in fleeting visions granted to those who dream too deeply.
yeah, so the revelation is there that the dreaming mind is what creates this bridging of the gap between the waking mind, the alert, direct conscious, and the ocean of subconscious. Which is a watery state and a watery path, right? It's going back through the waters above and below and expanding beyond that frozen wall of forgetfulness that firmly locates us within this sphere of our prime material plane. And how to get beyond the veil, right? Stick your head out beyond the veil and look at those things which exist beyond space and time. It's an important aspect of it. Don't overlook it, right? It's a simple thing to say in a single sentence, but really examine the nature once again of the thing.
Obscurity. Some claim it never existed in any material form, that it is a collection of knowledge transcribed in fleeting visions granted to those who dream too deeply.
A collection of knowledge transcribed in fleeting visions to those who dream too deeply. And so the question is, once again, Wayfarer, do you dream? Can you dream now? Can you close your eyes and sleep within the halls of Amente, the sleep of Sialam? Do the visions of the flaming ones guide you forward? I mean, honestly, it's a really simple thing, right? You look at the old description I put in here, and I've given you the path. Greetings, Wayfarer. By the light of the North Star, our paths cross on a grand and mysterious adventure of spiritual cultivation. The Universal Concourse of all souls, in reunion with Source, is our destination. From the depths of the Fathomless Cavern to the Spectral Abodes of the Underdark, through the Chamber of Echoes and the Labyrinth of Mirrors, up the Ladder of Ascent to the Ledge of Revelation, onward and upward beyond Dreamland to the Celestial Realm and the Timeless Homeland. A fool's journey, as it were, right? So take it with me, Wayfarer. Let us move into the future. We all have an interest in that, and learn more about these narcotic manuscripts.
Others believe it is a lost relic from a pre-human age, a remnant of a civilization that transcended both time and space. Mainstream scholars dismiss the narcotic manuscripts as mere fiction, a literary invention meant to terrify and mystify those drawn to the occult.
Yeah, so there's the preamble, right? There's the caveat emptor, as it were, that this is just entirely fiction, right? What would Terror Ted and Sackman say? This is for entertainment purposes only. And it holds true here as well, right? Entertainment purposes only. What a thing, though, right? Look at that ghastly figure in the distance. That homunculus, doppelganger, the reflection on the black mirror of your own interaction with all of these NPC zombified beings that try to clamor and claim to be real in a cacophony of cantankerous a choir of who knows, charlatans, really. All right, let's find out a little more.
Yet among esoteric circles, it is said that fragments still survive, scattered across ancient monasteries, hidden in crumbling vaults beneath forgotten cities, or buried within the archives of institutions that would rather their existence remain unknown. Those who have sought the text have often vanished, their fates unrecorded save for cryptic notes and unsettling accounts of their final days. Remain unknown. Notes and unsettling accounts of their final institutions that would rather their existence remain unknown. Those who have sought the text have often vanished.
Yeah, there you have it. So when you seek out the information, folks often vanish. I mean, think of how many great, truly prescient, prophetic, perceiving beyond the veil, those connoisseurs of the subtle shadows that shimmer and scintillate across the non-Euclidean spaces in which we dwell, right? Edgar Allan Poe to Lovecraft and Baudelaire, many others that pass beyond the veil, right at the halfway point your own humble and cherished narrator, Frank Monday, right? Francis Lunis Aristeas of the Ordo Templi Astarte, Esoteric Order of Dagon, Eastern Star Division, coming at you from Twilight's own old Peking. I too have vanished from the realm from time to time and reappear and disappear. If you are tuning in, Wayfarer, feel free to join in the conversation. We are discussing the Narcotic Manuscript, a fictitious book created by Lovecraft in his Cthulhu mythos. Here, the video narrator has reminded us of that fact, that it came from the troubled dream of an unreliable narrator.
Their fates unrecorded save for cryptic notes and unsettling accounts of their final days. What is known, or at least suspected, is that the Pnakotic manuscripts are not the work of men. The few who claim to have glimpsed its passages speak of writings older than human civilization, penned by intelligences whose concept of time defies all understanding. It is a book that should not exist, and yet, in the darkest corners of history, it whispers. The origins of the Pnakotic manuscripts are shrouded in speculation, with the most persistent claim attributing their creation to the great race of Yith.
Yeah, so not just the great race, but the Yithians were the ones with their tricone shapes and giant boat-like vehicles, their endless libraries of records, and they shifted over several species, right? I believe originally they came from a more distant evolution of cognitive intelligence, and then shifted as their race declined, or as their species declined, and shifted their minds into the future.
This pre-human species, darkest corners of history, it whispers. The origins of the Pnakotic manuscripts are shrouded in speculation, with the most persistent claim attributing their creation to the great race of Yith. This pre-human species, whose minds could traverse time itself, supposedly inscribed their knowledge upon imperishable tablets in the lost city of Pnakotis, a settlement that once flourished in an age when Earth was young and ruled by inhuman intelligences.
Yeah, and I believe it's a Plutonian sphere, and I recall now, it's the Shadow Out of Time, where Professor Winsgate Peasley first shifted out of his economics class, where he was teaching seniors and some juniors in a collegiate course. Yeah, it's a good one. Shadow Out of Time. You might want to look it up and listen to the audio. There's a couple of good audio files on it. The Shadow Out of Time. That would be the original source material, I believe, for this story and the Yithians.
If such a city ever existed, it would predate even the most ancient ruins known to mankind. Legends speak of a civilization whose knowledge spanned the stars, who observed the rise and fall of countless species, and whose mastery of consciousness allowed them to project their minds across aeons. It is said that the Pnakotic manuscripts recorded this knowledge, the cosmic cycles of creation and destruction, the names of entities whose mere mention could unmake reality, and the precise methods by which a sentient mind might detach itself from its mortal vessel and inhabit another across the gulfs of time.
Yeah, so it's something you need to consider as a magician, that may be in fact what you're doing now, right? I mean, do you have any proof to the contrary? You don't, of course, because every triangulation is occurring from within your direct source of origin. Yeah, your consciousness at least, right? And every reflective principle is based upon that fluctuation between your conscious attention and anything outside of that might be considered unconscious, maybe dripping into you via subconscious. But all of those factors ultimately have to be source and origin for your control and point of triangulation, the material, the immaterial, and then the synthesis or synthetic fluctuation between past and future. That's the funny thing. That's the enigma, the paradox, is that the only oscillation point you can find yourself in is that exact thing with which you are engaged, right? Your present, your absolute present moment. It's undeniable and ineffable, somehow seems to be omnipotent, right? It's the source origin of all that you can be, are, and have been. What a thing, huh? What a treat. What a wonderful thing to spend time together, Wayfarer. One more time.
The text allegedly contains references to beings beyond human comprehension. The Elder Ones, the Lurkers beyond time, and Yog-Sothoth, the All-in-One who exists outside the boundaries of past, present, and future. Certain passages describe arcane formulas capable of unraveling the illusion of linear time, though the consequences of such knowledge are beyond reckoning. Some accounts suggest that Yog-Sothoth is not merely an entity, but a gate, a presence that connects all points of time and space simultaneously. It is whispered that those who dare to invoke his name properly risk perceiving the universe as it truly is, a vast, indifferent expanse where humanity is but a fleeting anomaly.
Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yeah, it's a big deal, man. The Yithians knew this. Do you know it, Wayfarer? Have you perceived the riddle, the secret of the silver key? Do you know it? I think you might. I think you might.
The manuscripts allude to rituals of attunement, in which the barriers between mind and cosmos are weakened, allowing the practitioner to glimpse the raw, chaotic structure of existence through the eyes of Yog-Sothoth. Many who have attempted such rites are said to have been driven to madness, their bodies found in states of grotesque contortion, as if their forms had been briefly untethered from conventional reality.
Yeah, I've known only a couple of other men who have contacted Yog-Sothoth, right? And they haven't survived beyond the threshold. Wow, what a thing, huh? What a thing, Wayfarer. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for joining in. We are at the halfway point, so I will give the reminders here on the old Frank Monday channel. You are listening to your Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon, friend and well-wisher Francis Lunas Aristeas. We just finished up the 100-day challenge, Way of the Psionic Agent, getting at it, right? Once again, like Finnegan, with this extreme yen to expand the ken and just be zen, man. What a thing, right? What a wonderful treat. You could find out more about it on the old Buy Me a Coffee page. Just jump over there and look up the course syllabus and the daily practice schedule for any 100-day challenge. Hypnoapotheosis, Way of the Scholar Warrior, right? The Fool's Journey of the Tarot, and the Psionic Agent. Lots of good stuff, man. Hypnoapotheosis, don't know if I mentioned that one. There are quite a few 100-day challenges. I think 6 or 7 now, all with syllabuses and daily practices and videos to support them. Make sure you hit the likes for YouTube's Algobots. Keep them barking like Pavlov's dog. Guys, join the show. Call in. Let me know your thoughts. And let's fellowship on today's transmission about studies into the shadowed aspects of the mind. Open chat, of course, and always open, as per usual, with paranormal encounters, man. If you have anything strange or unusual that's happened in your recent timeline, bring it forward, man. Mandela effects, hauntings, premonitions, prophetic dreams. Maybe you encountered a cryptid. Anything and everything that's within the realms of other than, right? Because it's what did the prophet of our aeon say? That let me find it here. I got it here. Yeah. Good magic right here, guys. No new horror can be more terrible than the daily torture of the commonplace. And isn't that a real thing, man? I mean, just the daily grind, fucking nose to the grindstone, pep in your step, trying to make it, trying to do good magic, right? That's something that happens. So there you have it, guys. The old web address for Buy Me a Coffee. And looks like we might have a visitor in Happy Land. Voy is here. Good to see you once again, Voy, at the 33-minute mark. Wow, 33. Man, you fucking nailed it. Wow. Right when you said that, I looked up and my live counter said 33, 31, 32, 33. It was 33 minutes and 33 seconds. What a thing. What a treat. Yeah. Good magic. Old Karanzan. We've passed the threshold, right, of discovery. And so that must make you the guardian at the gate, right? And there's 3 people tuning in as well. Yeah, it's good magic, man. What a thing. That's a big deal. With that said, let me do a little invocation to the 333 Tahuti, Hermes Trismegistus, Yug Sothoth, Toth, the Great One. Here it is here, guys. The invocation of Thoth in honor of 333 and Voy tuning in. Procto o proco es profani, ballisti pade. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nimbus as the night blue sky, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is as flaming orange as though burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again, like Finnegan, right? Mine is the unseen force, whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers of the watchtower of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and the future. I see by my own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dust, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, who accompany the bear unto the house of rest, who pilot the ship of Ra, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is me, and I am in him. Mine is the radiance, wherein Putath floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high, and I tread upon the firmament of Nu. I raise a flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountain, the celestial waters shall flow at my command. For I am Ra incarnate, Kephara, created in the flesh. I am the idol of my father Tamu, Lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a God sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah, who created his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs. Therefore, do thou come forth unto me, thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, all light and all power, Thoth, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, Ludombing. By whatever name I call thee, thou art nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou star of the east that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, ever changing, changeless God of my youth. Thou come forth, I say, come forth, and make every spirit of the firmament and of the aether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God, the vast one, the mighty one, may be obedient unto me. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Raw. It looks, hey, yeah, good magic, man. It looks as if we might have a visitor. Yeah, that was a powerful invocation of Tahuti. Welcome, Voy. Good to see you, man. I fucking
Yo,
you
are you
you
done
said
already?
yeah.
I was here hours
Yeah.
ago. You were summoning me, and I was here like minutes ago, but you were still summoning me. But here I
I
am.
apologize. You set me off. You said, "Yay, I wear a crown." And I said,
Yeah,
"Oh, he
because I
and the
want to be,
ibis head."
because I want to be first in the chat ranking. Right.
Sure, he who art void, translator of the manuscript of antiquity.
Ugh,
He who
yeah,
art the god of magic. Come forth. Come
yeah.
forth into the dark mirror. Yeah, good to see you,
Well,
man. How the hell
I'm
are
not a
you?
god of magic. I'm just the The stranger in magic. Right? What
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck
good
am I
magic.
doing here?
Man, you hit the fucking number with like 3, 2, 1. You tuned in and you said that at exactly the 33 mark. And then when I looked up, I watched it roll out all threes across the screen on the live transmission. Yeah, so that's fucking good magic, man.
Yeah, so I mean, even in my time, it says 3:03 p.m. First time I said yow, and I said, yeah, wear a crown 3:03 p.m. So, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, indeed. Well, good to see you, man. How have you been? I haven't done a live stream in quite a while, like for the last couple of weeks, maybe.
Yeah, so why is that? Because you had this mission.
Yeah, I don't know, like the energy's just tuned out. I am at the very end of my academic semester here at school, and there's a
Mhm.
lot of pressure and a lot of chaos and intrigue and like internal academic things going on. Yeah, and so like that's what I do. I'm a parent. I and work a full-time job in a high school, and so like I had to put my head in the game and
But
finish up
you're
the
away
year.
from your family, right?
Throughout the week, yeah, Monday through Friday, I'm at the academy, and so it's like a boarding school, and
Hmm.
teachers are there most of the time, and we basically, we take care of this kids. It's K through 12, so you have like a kindergarten on
Hmm.
campus, and
Yeah.
then like a primary school, a middle school, and a high school. And I work in the high school department for literature and language.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, the English department essentially.
I mean, that's a pretty cool position to be in, dude. I mean, that's like,
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good magic. I mean, but it
yeah.
fucking takes up 90% of my waking week,
I
And
guess so. Yeah, takes a lot of it. Yeah.
wh- when I'm doing work tasks or maybe doing some overtime, then I just kind of forget about YouTube because YouTube is just, it's a place to fellowship and commiserate.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me,
And
anyway.
usually the commiserating gets more fellowship than the fellowship does, right?
Sometimes. How have you been? I haven't seen you on much. I saw you on maybe one of Jack's transmissions in the recent past,
Dude,
and
I
then
just checked. I just checked into my second email, and it said that I got some sort of a new strike by YouTube. I don't even know what it means, but it said like I cannot share links anymore. And I'm just like, it doesn't mean anything to me. But this is a new kind of strike by YouTube. I got this strike 5 days ago. I don't know what I shared. I don't even care anymore, dude. I don't even care.
yeah, you can't. I'm surprised it's lasted this long that they still make
Yeah,
it available as a platform
right.
for like the average individual.
Dude, last time that I destroyed my channel, and I reinstigated a new channel 2-3 days later, I was up to 250 subs the next day. So there was people behind the screens sharing that, because there's no way that could have gotten through social media. And I was so thankful. I wasn't expecting that. I was just destroying my channel to destroy my channel. And then I was like, yeah, no, I can't do without YouTube. So I had to reinstate a new channel. And then the next day I had like 250 subscribers. I mean, and I was like, what? That much people? It's my fourth or fifth channel. I don't even know. But I was so thankful to see that many people. Wow. I don't know who did it and how it happened, but it happened, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Recently I was on, I think I was talking with TML, The Machine Lies, and I
Hmm.
believe I saw you over there in the chat as well. And I got a lot of good feedback from the people that were tuning in. And I think he posted my link. Someone else might have posted it. and I got a bump in numbers, and I finally got over 800. Like I struggled
Nice.
for a long, long time, and it
Nice.
kept going just like slightly above, and then below, back down to like 799, 798, and then I got a real good bump from Ironworks, 94,000. He's a guy.
Oh,
He's a flat Earth. He's a flat Earth channel. I don't know if
yeah,
you know him at all or not.
yeah,
Maybe he does panels as well though, and he
yeah.
discusses. He's a submariner. He's like a U.S. Navy
I know, right? Yeah,
Marine pilot guy. Do you know him? Have you been there as well?
yeah. I don't like it. Well, I like him because he's a very likable person, right? He's a very personable man, so to say. But he's so racist, and but the thing is, I
I've
don't
seen
hate
that
him.
a few times. I've seen that a few
I don't
times.
hate him
Yeah.
because he's racist and
Yeah.
he's black, but I do hate him because he's racist and he's black, and he doesn't allow white people. And no, listen, and he doesn't allow white people to be
Oh, that's
racist.
funny.
If he would allow white people to be racist, I would be okay with him. But he doesn't allow
Yeah,
that,
I don't know.
and
I
so
think I've
that's the
been a little.
reason. I mean,
I think
I'm
I've
very
been a little bit white on his channel a couple of times.
yeah.
I
You
come in
should
talking shit,
you should be.
all kinds of hella shit every time. Like I mean, Frank Monday's an enigma in and of itself, right? Like what we have on the screen right now with like that black photo and then me, like that's me,
So
right?
black
Like
and white.
that's the inner, yeah, that's the inner Frank Monday, and then it just happens to be in this like white package, you know. But I'm a
Dude, I
Negro at
mean,
heart, for
Thomas
real.
Thomas Sowell is one of the most genius minds of this time. You know,
Yeah,
it just
it's a
it
funny
just
thing too.
it just makes every racist be less racist. You know, just
It's all right.
acknowledge
Yeah.
just acknowledge Thomas Sowell to be a genius. You know, that will make you less racist. I mean, even
Okay.
even the best racist must acknowledge the superiority of Thomas Sowell. Come on. The man has the best quotes of this time. There's,
Yeah.
there's no denying. No, who has better quotes than Thomas Sowell? Yeah, right.
Give
Crickets.
it. Yeah, yeah. Give us one. Give us
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you said no.
I'm a big Regardi fan. Folks don't always get Israel Regardi, you know, like he's I think he's misunderstood. He was a good hypnotherapist, and he
Yeah, you
told
like
us
that
this
stuff,
right
man.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Regardi. Invoke often, inflame yourself with prayer. I think somehow it's important. You know, words are important. I posted a Bruce Lee meme recently where he said, you know, he was reinforcing that you should never speak ill of yourself or of other people because the words have power, and it referenced me back to an ancient Chinese grimoire where Ge Hong he wrote a text called "Embracing Simplicity," and in that he said that every vibration you create, you know, like I mean, this is like basically straight from the Torah, that every word you vibrate into our reality has formative principles, you know, and
Hey,
it can
we are
touch.
joined by the guru himself, Jack Talcott.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, welcome, Jack
Mhm.
Talcott, man. Fuck, if he were to join us here on the Frank Monday
He's
channel,
on the
that
fringe.
would,
I mean,
yeah, that would really be a
we
big
find
deal.
ourselves on the same fringe, and with Jack Talcott. I mean, it's just the three of us, Jack. Come on,
Yeah, Mr. Talcott, if you're willing to chime in and
let's get
join the
into it.
conversation here,
Let's get
yeah,
into
what a fucking thing that would be, huh? There's the link once again, like Finnegan. Yeah, that would be a big deal for sure. So to finish that, I'm a huge fan of the quotes found with Jack Talcott as well as many other philosophers. Yes, indeed, good man. Yeah, fuck, come up and bring us a couple of your quotes, man. Holy cows, man, what a thing that would be. Yeah. Um, I'm let's see, where did I want to go with that? Oh, just the idea that those types of affirmations and that general vibe, like the frequency, I hear it out every day in the garden. There have been a ton of cicadas out recently, climbing the trees and vibrating. And the cicada is somewhat of a mournful tune, you know, like they spend what I think 17 to 20 years or something like that underground in incubation, and then they climb out over time. They come back up out of the earth, and then they live one summer, right? So their entire existence is spent within the cocoon and the worm state, as it were, sleeping. And wow, they have a very direct link to Cthulhu in that respect, the sleeping god. And then when they arise, it's all over. There's one grand expression and then it's spent. And I think there's something to that, and I'll give you a
Do you have
gradation of
do
comparison.
you have
Go
do you
ahead.
have I mean, this is a question to you as a person, right? I mean, do you have
Yeah, go ahead.
impressive dreams?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I do a lot of work in Dreamland. I'm a dreamer. I'm a deep dreamer.
Yeah. Dude, my experience is that I smoke weed, but not regularly, but not all the time, right? So I take breaks every now and then. But even then, I might have more dreams when I take a break smoking weed. My dreams are so mundane; they couldn't be called dreams.
Are they really wild? There's like in
No,
Taoism, in the
no,
Chinese Taoist magic.
nothing wild happened. Nothing wild happens in my
Okay,
dreams.
then you got to start doing magic, man. You got to sit down and listen to some of my meditations. Choose an eye
I'm okay
fixation
with it.
point.
I don't need nothing.
Slight.
I don't need nothing spectacular to
Let,
happen.
let me guide you through a little, very short internal in visualization, a little path working. If it were a void, join me in this if you would. I mean, if you're willing, you don't have to, but I could do it real quick, man. I could do it in a
I'm
simple,
listening to you.
simple
I'm here to talk with you.
triangulated process. Okay, yeah, good magic then. So, like, look at the wall in front of you. Hopefully, if it's just within arm's length, choose a point just within arm's length. Maybe your painting that you just recently received back, your father's painting that has returned to you, right? And just slightly above eye level, wherever you're sitting, and look at it and focus the eyes on that. And then take a deep breath as you stare and focus the energy there. And then close the eyes and relax and exhale as you imagine that point. So you have a basic two action process. You stare at a point just above eye level, inhale, and as you inhale, focus and focus and focus. And then at the top of where you hold, you close the eyes and relax and envision that point. Keep the eyes there, right? Do this 3 times, 3 reps on this basic process, right? So inhale, eye fixation point, hold and relax, close the eyes, and then open again and find that eye fixation point. Now, this eye fixation point, this is going to become your dark mirror within the realm of visualization, right? So after you've done 3 reps or 6 reps or 9 or whatever you feel comfortable with, then you keep the eyes closed and just focus on natural rhythmic breathing and start to formulate your magical sigil within that point, within the darkness where your eyes are fixating and where you imagine that point to be just beyond arm's length, right? And you put all of the energy of whatever wish you want fulfilled into that sigil. Form it in any way that you want. Add color, dimension, shape, use letters, use symbols, whatever you want, and formulate a unique sigil, like Nikola Tesla looking through his machines, right, and forming his machines. And when you've had enough of that practice for a while, then you grab that and take it with you into your astral temple and then cast it out into the magical workshop and know that it will happen, right? Very, 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 very simple process. And then you can just pull yourself out of it and forget about it, right? And realize that the simple visual creation of that sigil is enough to make it become a thought seed in the
Frank
responsive
Monday,
nature of
Frank Monday. I
the
mean,
cosmos. You keeping
the
up?
way
You keeping up? You
the
got
way
it, right?
the way you can and want to hypnotize people is so impressive that I think you need to be Jack Talcott's second man.
Yeah, I should be his sidekick, right?
You should.
Relax.
Right? I think you
Yeah,
guys
Jack's
need
on.
to. I
Jack's
think
on
you
a
guys
call
need
right
to.
now.
I think in this calls for collaboration. I mean, you guys are on the same path, somewhat. You know, it's like
No, yeah, to an extent. Like Jack is all about the love of Christ and finding the light, right?
well, no,
He's
no,
he's a
no,
theory
no,
guy,
no,
right?
no, no,
He's a
no, no.
theory
Jack,
guy.
Jack is all
I'm a
about.
practicist
Jack
guy.
is all about wanting to be a guru and wanting the appreciation,
I don't want
and
to be a
you
fucking guru. I ain't got no time for that.
and
You think
you
my,
are all about
you think
hypnotizing people
the
too, you know, and so you need to
you think the
you
minimum
need to
wage of
do it together.
YouTube's like the Uber Lyft, Amazon Grubhub of the fucking internet, man. I got a full-time job. I ain't got no time for this shit. I ain't got no time for that. I'm here for fellowship and commiseration, man. But no, but
Commiseration,
like,
I like that.
yeah. Um, my last buddy, man, Thomas Sund, Frater Thomas Sund, he was a certified hypnotherapist. He dropped dead at the same age as my brother, as Lovecraft, as Edgar Allan Poe, Charles Baudelaire, all these fucking great. J.C. Bratcher, a really powerful librarian that I knew, a guy who worked in military. He worked in a fucking jail and he kept a library and he worked as a librarian for like 10 years. And they all died like right around that same age, man, 46, 47. JFK is another one, another 46er, man.
I mean, and that's just about your age, right?
No, I'm 53 this year.
Okay.
I almost died at 46 though. Like I had a tragic event that I will never claim because why play the victim card, right? I never talk about that shit, and you shouldn't because it creates a low level vibration that brings you into the realm of death. You know, memento
Some people,
mori,
I know
right?
what you're talking about, but
Why?
some people need a lot of time and a lot of sharing to get over it, you know.
Yeah, that's horse shit, man.
And
Don't cry.
this is also one.
Tie your fucking shoes,
No,
strap
but
your
this,
belt down,
yeah,
pull
but
up your
no, dude.
suspenders,
Yeah, no,
and
I
fuck
hear
off
what
with
you're
that.
saying, and I'm with you. I'm with you on that. You know, I'm with you on that side. But then again, for some people, it works better to share it a lot, right? And
Yeah,
I'm not one of I might not be one of the receivers of that sharing because I would be like, yeah, okay, you told me once. But some people need to
I'm
tell
not gonna
again
I'm
and
not
again
gonna
and again.
discount that. Voy, I'm not going to discount that. I'm going to listen to you, but I am going to interrupt you and come up with a more powerful message that 100-year-old man that I apprenticed under, Master Nihuatring, read 100 books on Taoism and natural living. And he said that type of behavior only reinforces that type of behavior, and it should be rooted out immediately and as soon as possible. And he lived into his hundreds, like into
I'm
his
from that
maybe
school
100
too. Yeah.
100 teens. He might have lived into 100 teens, like 110, 112. And I was his apprentice, and I worked directly with this old guy, and I think he's right. I'm gonna take an advice over a 110-year-old man over anybody else alive today. That's all there is to it. And I've met about maybe a dozen 100-plus-year-old people that gave me advice. And
Okay.
any human opinion
Dude, let me
that
tell
go
you.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
any
impressed,
human
but
opinion that goes
the
contrary,
oldest
I
man.
mean that's just facts. That's just
I
facts.
hear what
Any
you're
human
saying.
opinion
Let me
that
impress
goes
you with
contrary
the
to
oldest
that,
man that I
I'm gonna
met.
discount it immediately. Yeah, go
No,
ahead. Go ahead. Tell me.
let me impress you with all those men that I met.
These motherfuckers didn't grieve. They moved on. They
No,
had more kids. They had 15, 20 kids.
this guy was.
A couple
I
of them
think
died. That's life.
at the time,
Go ahead.
At the time that I met him, I think the man must have been 92 or 95 years old. He was from Japan, and he sailed our ship. Right, we did day trips. The ship I sailed on did day trips. Right, and so this was an organized day trip, and it was about this man having his 92nd or his 95th birthday, I forget. And well, you don't know much about the whole organization or the whole actual issue that's going on until the party is going on, right? And then you get to meet the people and say, like, why are you having this celebration on our ship, right? And so they told me, like, this is one of the actual first survivors of Nagasaki. So he was this dude from Japan who spoke perfectly Dutch, by the way, because he survived in a Dutch concentration camp, right? But he was also the first, how do you call this? Responder, the first responder to the whole Nagasaki and Hiroshima event. The guy was the most healthy. The guy was the most healthy.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, the guy was the most healthy 90-year-old that I ever saw, dude. He jumped around on rocks, in the harbor. I said, dude, what are you doing there? You're beyond 90. He said, well, I need to get a good angle for my photograph, right? I was like, how can you jump around on rocks like that if you're over 90? He said, well, dude, let me tell you, you shouldn't get scared. Just don't get scared of being hurt.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you have to,
right? And I was like, that's
right. You have to stay
such a wisdom, right?
And move with the water. Move with the water and flow, and keep your body agile. Right? Don't become bogged down.
Don't be scared. You know how to move. You know how to move over the rocks. It doesn't matter if you're 90 years old or 30 years old. You know how to move over the rocks. Not to fall into the water. Yeah.
Yeah, the sharks will get you. The alligators. How about alligator Alcatraz? What do you think of that? You like that? Have you been enjoying Mr. T's transmission? I mean, how do you feel as a European? Like, do you feel like you're being overrun by the unwashed masses?
No. Yes. Yeah.
What a thing, right? What a time to live. 100 years ago was exactly the same, right? It's like history just continues to repeat itself, but somehow we emerge on the other side, right? And continue to persist.
Yeah, well, without us, I mean, just imagine it without us.
Yeah, the whole fucking thing falls apart, right? We have a visitor, Luke Casavan.
That's an impressive
name, and
that's
it's kind of been. Do tell why.
Luke Casavan. I don't know why, but it is impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Like, I haven't come across a Luke in a long time, right? And whenever you meet a Luke, you got to ask him, where's Matthew, Mark, and John, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the last girls, she wasn't a lady or a woman. She actually was a girl. And I said, what's your name? She said, Lucy. She said, fuck, no, I don't believe you. She said, no, really? No. She showed me her ID. She actually showed me her ID. I didn't ask her, but she showed me her ID. She said, look, no, my name is Lucy, for real. Lucy, for real, right?
Did she have diamonds in her eyes?
No, but she was hella sexy, man. Yeah. And everybody in the bar held it against me that I talked to this young girl. I said, "Well, she's not that young. She appears young." But, oh, you're a PDF. I said, "No, man. I'm just having some flirt. Come on, I just like flirting. Nothing
That's
wrong,
good to flirt. Yeah.
right?"
It's a wonderful thing. I mean, there are certainly aspects of the human life. I'll tell you a real quick, interesting story about my interaction with the feminine. I realized once I had my daughter, like I had gone through three stages in my dreaming activities, and I remember when I was a little boy and I fall asleep and have a nightmare, the first thing that would come to mind as an incantation would be to call for my mother, right? Mom, mom, mom. And then your mom would wake you up or whatever, you know? And then when I got married, I found that if I had a nightmare, I would call to my wife, right? And she'd wake me up, you know? And then, because I've always had nightmares, you know, from time to time. And when when I had a nightmare and I called for my daughter, I realized the cycle was complete. That I had gone through the three transitions of womanhood, as it were. And in Chinese alchemy, they say that it takes three stages of seven to realize the feminine spirit. That there's 7 years of getting to know her mind, or no, first body. Man is first attracted to the body, so you take 7 years to learn your feminine
Body.
woman, or like the body, and then 7 years for the mind, and then 7 years for the spirit. And that dream had occurred once I had been with my wife, whom with which I had, two children. 21 years. We've been together now, 25. So yeah, quite a thing. Like I had completed the cycle of the feminine, and I realized that after that, like I don't know, like just the general allure and the power, rather than it being any type of outward expression of like lust or avarice or compulsion, became entirely internalized. And the interaction with every feminine creature on the planet became an entirely new experience. I mean, that's a breakthrough. That's something that not
Really?
all human men can achieve, or
Mm.
endeavor to achieve within a lifetime, Fuck, you try spending 21 years with a woman. Good fucking luck. My dad did it though. I remember
No,
when
I
I was
mean
born.
there's. I mean,
Yeah,
I can understand that it's possible, but not necessarily
uh,
with. I mean, with any woman, it doesn't work like that.
it's not an easy game, man. It's not an easy game. And I'm not
And
a
and then again,
monogamous.
some people are very dependable on being together with another person, and then other persons are not. And
Right. What was my point in that? Oh, because you had found the feminine. And no, I know that like even through your experience, you've done the 21 years of experiencing the feminine. And that's why you were able to meet with Lucy in the sky with diamonds in her eyes, right? It doesn't have to be a monogamous relationship, right? That experience is just something that you achieve over time. But learning, as long as I think you're consistent in your approach to like genuine love and respect with each woman and interaction, or whatever, whatever the genderification may be. But like, how so many people, they just engage in fucking and sex and wantonness, whereas I know you don't do that, boy. You meet a beautiful Lucy, as it were, and her eyes
I,
are
I've I've
shining,
always been very monogamous. Yeah.
and you're a love maker, right? You're not just some random wanton sexual cowboy.
Nah. No, it's not my thing. People look at me and they might have that impression. They might get that impression like, oh, this guy, he fucks around with. I mean, he just goes around to any
Well, yeah,
bar.
that's just
That's just
the
what people
lusty
think of me.
animal magnetism, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
And
that's not.
that's the Aleister Crowley. He called his what is it, seventh or
I could,
11th
I
card,
could. I do
the
have that energy.
lust
I do have that
lust
energy.
for
And
life.
if I,
Eighth
if I
card,
just
eighth card,
if I
strength,
just if I just
seventh,
put that
seventh,
switch,
eighth.
I don't even have to do anything. If I just put that switch on, it would just flow to me. But nah, it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's good magic. It's good magic. Yeah, I think Jack Talcott abandoned us. We still have a Luke
I'm afraid
Cassavan
so.
and
Look as a
a Voy.
van. Look as a van.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Have you ever owned a minivan and
No, no.
or driven? What is the situation with
I did
cars over
drive a
there where you
van and
guys?
I did drive it into a ditch and then drove it out of the ditch again very, very quick and very roughly. And the rest of the
Did
people in
you?
the van were totally traumatized by that move.
Yeah, it's not good, right? Yeah, death awaits us all.
Yeah, but I remember this tough guy sitting next to me, this tough guy, like big guy, and he just dude, what did you do? Move to the next. He had the highest voice I ever heard of him.
Oh, it's so funny. That's so funny. I recently got challenged a bit by a kind of a bruiser, and I fought back like spiritually. I strategized, and I thought, wow, this younger guy thinks that he can be a bit of a bruiser, and not so much younger, like I'm 50 plus, and I'm talking like 10 years younger than me though. So that's still, that's a thing, right? You know, a f- a 40-year-old dude challenging a 50-year-old dude, that's like you feel like they're way younger than not way younger, like within a range younger than you. But they'll certainly have more stamina and nervous attention, so you have to be careful of that.
Dude, I mean, that happened to me about 30 years ago, mind
Did
you,
it really?
right? And these guys were talking tough to me, but they were talking tough to me in like ghetto language, right? And that's not a thing in my neighborhood.
Okay.
So I started talking ghetto language back to them, and they were like totally surprised and amazed that I knew that slang, that I knew that accent, right? I said, what the? But by me, I was just making a joke. I was trying to make a joke, but they took me seriously from that moment because I was attaining their dialect, so to say, right? And they took me seriously from that moment on. So they didn't want to fight with me. Still, I hate you guys, and I just threw water over them. A couple of minutes later, never mind.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, you have to be careful, real quick, Void, let me because we're at the hour point, so I'm going to update the channel real quick. I want to remind you guys that the Path of Magic comes in three simple parts: Volantia, or the driving will of the wizard, and decreeism, making the decretic outward expressing point, and then posism, or the unperturbed state of receiving the feedback loop, right? The reception point of that thing. And you can learn more about this through the esoteric order of Dagon, which is a kind of a cult-like formation. You receive initiation by joining the coffee page and getting the documentation and learning the basic invocation or adoration of Abraxas. And with that in grip, you can engage in things like the 100-day challenge, psionic agents, hypnoapotheosis, scholar warrior, various aspects of the tradition. And yeah, so that's all good magic, guys. And we're really getting close to the 1,000 sub mark, right? And if you guys help and assist in that, man, we're gonna be doing fucking really good magic. So yeah, thank you for that. Voight, welcome back. Yeah, just wanted to give the blurb real quick to make sure that everybody was on page. Hit the thumbs. Did you hit the thumbs, man? Hit the motherfucking thumbs,
I did. It,
baby. Did you? You good-looking, sexy motherfucker out there in Happy Land.
yep, I did. I checked. I did.
You got your nose to the grindstone. Kind of a good thing. See, Jack Talcott stopped by, and he said he might come back. He said he's on his way, and he received a phone call. But I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna come back. That's all right though. Huge fan of his own quotes. What a narcissistic statement. What a fun thing, right? Jack's
Right.
the hugest narcissist anyone's ever met, right?
Well,
Prima
I mean,
donna.
once upon a time, I asked Jeff.
Big thing.
I
Kind
asked
of a big
Jeff.
thing, right?
I did
He's
ask
the
Jeff.
hugest prima donna I've ever met. No, I'd have to say that King Stephen, Queen Stephanie of the Insanity Machine,
Hen.
leader of Team Evil.
Step.
He's
Hen.
the biggest. Yeah, Stephanie, Stefan.
I did ask Jack Talcott, what do you want to be known for? And he didn't have an answer. He said, I just want to be revered for having the answer.
Okay, really?
Yes.
What a thing.
No. I mean,
so
that's no
funny.
surprise. He was very open about it.
No.
He gave me a very clear answer. You know, he didn't know what he wanted to change, but he just wanted to be revered as one of the people that brought on the change. Whatever change that might be. He doesn't care. He just wants the reverence.
Well,
Yep.
I did like 3-4 short videos on him and got about maybe 2,500 views or clicks total for those. And so that's bigger than other people. Like I've looked at Queen Stephanie's shorts that he does on Talcott, and they only get a couple of hundred views. And so like I think one of mine got 1,500, something like that, or maybe 1,200. And so yeah, I'm pulling better numbers than some of these other guys, right? Stephen. Um, so yeah, I think that's worthy of note, and it's worthy of note that this is the first time he's ever. I think this is the first time he's ever said anything in my chat. No, he's been on my channel a couple of times. Yeah. So I don't want to discredit that or discount that. Yeah.
Like what's up with that? I mean, you're such a tiny channel. But apparently you appeal to the Jack Talcott.
Well, it's because I put in so little energy, really. Like I've made a ton of videos, but only the early days I like put in production value or have much consistency. Like you got to think about it, boy. You're competing with guys who are streaming 8 to 12 hours a day most of
I'm not
them.
competing with guys. I'm not
No,
competing.
I know you're not. I mean not you, but like the general algorithm of people who do this, right? So like Jack he was doing about an hour a day to now, then he went up to about 2 hours. Then he started to do 2 to 3 hours a day, right? But he's up against guys that do 10 to 12 hours a day every day. And so that's what you have to consider, like Slow State, for example, or Paul, or some of the other cats. They're doing 8 to 12 hours a day every day, all the time, and constantly coming up with new ideas and just streaming nonstop. I mean, that's basically their life. And so you have to even think, are they even real? You know, do they have time to take a poop or eat a meal?
I don't
wonder.
understand how
I
people
wonder.
stay. I don't understand how people stay on screen, you know, on cam, like 3, 4, 5 hours in a row. Even if they go away on and they just
Shit,
sit there.
12 to 15, man. These guys are
And
crackheads.
they
They
just
never
sit there
stop.
in somewhat of the same position. I can't sit still for 5 minutes straight, dude. Not even 2 minutes.
Yeah, so when you average it out, they're making less than minimum wage, man. Like American
Yeah.
minimum wage is
No, but that's
$25 an
okay.
hour.
But that's okay. I mean,
I don't think.
I don't even
No,
think
it's not.
about that.
I
But
mean, it's.
how the fuck do you stay
But
still? In front of your
but
camera.
well, and the thing is, they're fighting for life. They're trying to feed
Yeah,
wives and families based on a YouTube income. I
yeah,
mean, that's a harsh fucking reality. You know,
yeah.
that's far below an Uber driver. I think an Uber driver's doing better than these guys because at least they're out driving around a
Well,
car,
at least
and
you
they're
look
meeting
better.
and
At
talking to
least
real people.
you look better on YouTube than being an Uber driver.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. You get far less of a visceral experience being on YouTube than an Uber driver. An Uber driver is actually living, and seeing the world and interacting with living human beings, whereas these cats are not. But yeah, I'm not going to discount it. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But you asked me why, like, I'm such a small channel and I've done so much work, and it's because of that. Like, you have to have consistency. You at least with Jack, like, look at Jack. Jack's numbers, Jack's general numbers and sub count is higher than almost all of these guys, and he's only doing an hour and a half to 2 hour,
Did you
an hour
see?
and a half to 2 hours a day.
Did you see his appearance on Don? What's his name? Don Leon. Don Lemon. Don Lemon.
Le Mans.
Don Lemon.
Yeah, Don Lemon. Yeah, I did. I liked it. I liked it. I think he did. I thought he did
I
well.
mean, he
What did
looked
you
so
think?
crazy. He had those crazy eyes, man. I mean, I loved it. I mean, he had a great repertoire. He did what he needed to do. He wasn't out of character.
Mm.
But then again, man, those crazy eyes, man. Oh. So, what did you think about that? Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I think I didn't even like. So that's the thing. Like with Jack over the last month or two, he's taken some big periods of dipping out and disappearing from YouTube, and the Don Lemon thing kind of came out of nowhere, and I think it was after like a 4 or 5 day break and then a reboot, and I didn't see it originally on his channel. It was actually posted on other people's channels, and
Yeah, I don't keep a close track of Jack's goings ons, but yeah,
okay, well,
I
I
mean,
mean, to tell you the
I
truth,
did see his,
that's a thing.
I did
That's a
see
big deal.
I did see how he was revamped, or how do you say this? I mean, and he looks a bit like like he's been through some sort of a demonic uh, uh, reinitiation. Like, there's a lot of black and red going on.
Right. Yeah, I think someone had pointed that out during one of his live stream, or the one where he actually did that. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but that's an exact copy of what I was doing 2 years ago, or maybe three. Let me see. Maybe I can pull it up here real quick. Let me see. What should I search? That's my whole fucking backdrop. Um, Frank Monday. Not Challenger. Let's go with hypnoapotheosis. Yeah, that's hypnoapotheosis. Hip hypnoapotheosis. Yeah, so like the height of my transformation in hypnoapotheosis, that's exactly what 109 views 2 years ago. Let me see. That's not what I want. I want the playlist. Do. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it. Yeah, YouTube's useless. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a coincidence. He happens to be in a hotel that has a red backdrop, and as a result, he's just using it and put a light down. It's a pretty simple thing. I don't think there's
Could
any
be
big
it. Could be it.
conspiracy.
But he did do a redo on his hair. I mean, he did get a remake on his coupe. Come on.
I don't think so. I think he just put some grease
Yes.
in it or
No.
whatever and let
No.
it down because he usually keeps it tied back in a ponytail. You think the color changed? He did a
Yeah.
color change? Did he
Yeah.
admit to that?
That's what
Because
I'm
people had
saying.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't
And
think
there's
so. I don't
nothing
know.
wrong with that. I mean, I'm well. I mean, some people call it their hair. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing wrong
Well,
with
yeah, and
no.
if that's a fact, like that didn't make much of a visual impression or transformation on
Well, it
me, like
did
in
to
watching
me.
him.
It did to me. I noticed
Did
it.
it? Okay. Okay, I got Scholar Warrior. What the fuck? I should have Hypnoapotheosis. That should be a playlist. Oh wow, Jesus, I've got hundreds of playlists, man. My channel is actually quite well developed, but and I
Clean up,
check other motherfuckers. They ain't got shit. They ain't got shit on me, man. And like
clean up your
I
playlist, man.
no, I do, man. I got it organized and far superior to other folks. Let's see here. Let me see here. Hold on. Apotheosis, O4, hypnotic inductions. Oh yeah, it's good magic, man. I can't actually play it because I don't think the volume will come through. And I don't know why that is, like when I share my screen. Do you know why that is?
No.
No, okay, let me allow it here. Anyway, but I'll show you some of the visuals and you can give me your feedback. Can you see the visual right now? Like
No.
my channel with the playlist open?
No.
Yes, no? Hold
No.
on. Why not? See here. Oh, add the stage.
It always does that
Oh.
these days on StreamYard. Like you share the screen and then says, and then you come back to the homepage, right? And it says, "Do you want to share the screen?" And well, that's how it goes. Yeah.
More than one cryptic source has suggested that the Penacodic manuscripts may also contain warnings. Prophecies of
Pentatonic
cosmic catastrophes,
manuscripts.
the slow decay of reality itself, and the
Oh,
return of forgotten entities whose
Yeah, that's not what I want to show. Let me see here. Okay.
pentatonic manuscripts.
Boop.
What?
Yeah, Nicotic. The P is silent. Okay, now you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is on my channel. And that's the 100-day challenge. This was part 4. And this is my friend who died at like 47, man. Can you believe that? I told you this story, right? He like died the fucking night I talked to him.
Yeah.
We were doing the show and he went and laid down to die. I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing. Fuck. 2 to 3 hours after we did our show, he was probably dead. Yeah, what a scary thing, man. You remember how short life is, my brother. Boy. So that's
Yeah, I just heard the story about a guy in my building that just offed himself, and he was always a bit nerky, or how do you say, yeah, nerky, and and the guy actually just, well, I shouldn't have said that, but he deleted himself, yeah, just like that, man.
yeah, not good. Can you see how happy he looks? And you can see me
Yeah.
here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You know what this is, right? Up there on the wall.
Not necessarily. It's like a Kabbalah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Kabbalah. Okay, So you see, he had a backdrop,
Yeah.
like a nice backdrop, and his framing looks good, and he called these tertiary elements,
Hmm. Yeah, I
and
see
like the
that.
bookshelf, yeah. And so he taught me about that framing, and so that's why I was doing this. You know, hey, throw up a little. This is a painting of my own of the Tree of Life. It's got the Malkuth, Yesod, Hod, Netzach, Tifera, Geburah, Hesed, Bina, Hokmah, and Keter at the top. All right, and I drew all this, and I got the light. I'm trying to fix it up. I got the little gourd down here in the corner, and so let's see. Later on in no, that's not gonna work, man. I guess it didn't occur in this playlist. Anyway, later on, I started. Yeah, look at me. I'm fucking naked here, man. Well, what's going on?
Yeah, you should not do that. You know, stop doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be naked on
Not on
YouTube. Not
camera.
cool.
Camera.
Yeah, my point being though that if I go back to the Frank Monday channel, some of my more recent vids, I had made a very good representation of my. Come on, man. Um, Backdrop. 8 months ago, maybe this one will work. Maybe not.
I think it will. Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. I gotta find the video later. I can't just randomly scroll and try to find this place. Clean those playlists. Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Have you looked into my playlists? Are they
No,
not
no,
good?
no, no. I was just prattling.
Okay, no, that's good. I can appreciate that. In fact, I thought about that recently, not the playlists, but in sharpening up the videos in the playlists and maybe condensing some of the material into better formats and doing some editing. I've
Listen,
done
I
some
I
video
remember
editing.
I remember making playlists from back in the day, like I don't know, 2008 and 2010, 15. So many of the videos that I saved in my playlists were gone, right? Uh, so by the time it was like
Yeah,
2014,
that's crazy.
I didn't even bother making a playlist because the videos that I wanted to save were always like deleted. So I just didn't bother anymore in the end. So yeah,
That's the thing too. Like you have to consider the return on investment. And so many times, like YouTube will destroy things or threaten you, and
yeah,
like you could potentially lose your entire channel. So it's like, why invest so much of your spirit or care into it? What is it called? The Bohemian Grove experience with the global elites in front of the Owl of Moloch as you sacrifice your children to the fiery mouth of Moloch the owl, right? It's the cremation of care. So you have to fucking just give up that idea that anything you create will be preserved and just let go of all of
yeah,
it
yeah,
and
yeah,
make sure that the exchange rate for whatever you do is right so that here's a good example. Let's see. Now I've got it. Give me just a second. Here we are. Yeah, okay. We've got the full screen generating and have a look. So here's Frank Monday with Frater Tomas, and you could see how I have the can you see that? The
Yeah.
red backdrop.
Yeah.
Of course, I've got Old Glory flying here and my gourd still, but like I had cleaned up quite a bit from that original video I showed you, where it was just the Kabbalah in one corner to what I have here. And so this is the dark red with black. And this is what Jack Talcott's doing now, right? A year later, at least a year. Yeah, 1 year ago, right? And only 36 views. A year later. Oh, here it is again too. All right. The dark red
Yeah.
with the but this is a perfect example of it. This is what I meant to show you right here. Yes, indeed. There it is there. Let's listen to a little more of this and see what the Nakatoc manuscripts have to offer us.
Some theorists propose that the great race of Yith, through their mastery of time travel, has witnessed not just one, but multiple cycles of civilization's rise and fall. They have observed the twilight of empires, the extinction of species, and the cataclysmic forces that periodically reshape existence itself. It is said that in their exploration of time, the great race has borne witness to the ruin of entire worlds. Not merely Earth, but other planets where intelligence briefly flickered before succumbing to entropy. Some scholars, working from second-hand accounts of the manuscripts, suggest that the great race compiled a catalog of these extinctions, an exhaustive chronicle of stellar civilizations undone by war, natural disaster, or incomprehensible external forces. These records allegedly speak of a long-forgotten species on Mars that fell to a creeping crimson blight, of oceanic beings on a distant exoplanet whose civilization was shattered when their sun flared unpredictably, of artificial minds created by a now extinct race, which continued their creators' work long after biological life had vanished. The Nakatoc manuscripts supposedly record these as inevitable, cyclical occurrences, a pattern of cosmic ebb and flow dictated by forces beyond sentient control. If these warnings hold truth, then humanity's place in the universe is not as secure as it believes.
Indeed. And why should you believe that, in fact, right? Why would your position be secure when you don't even have a fucking reliable narrator? It's just you, man. You're the one telling the story. You're the one engaged in it. You don't have any genuine reference point outside of yourself, except for human opinion. That's all there is, man. And so why let that concern you? Take a deep breath. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Imagine the star-filled night, Stygian dark, no moon. A spiral staircase leading down into the earth directly. 10 steps down. Breathe and relax on each step as you go down to a platform below the earth. There's a door there. Imagine that door containing all of the aspects of your Aladdin's lamp wish. Whatever you desire, ask, and ye shall receive. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Knock upon the door of the astral temple at this time, if you like, and imagine the room beyond the fathomless cavern. filled with light and shadow, playing in all directions. The double cube altar of Saturn directly at the center. You move over to stand behind it, imagining the tools of the Magi on its surface, its obsidian surface in front of you. All of the instruments and accoutrements of what you need to do good magic. Southeast of your direction, the Triangle of Art, the dark mirror rising out of the abyss. The illuminated, scintillating light of your magical circle surrounding you. Go ahead and circumambulate your altar one time to get everything started. Head out left as you face east, around, and walk slowly, calmly, breathing deeply, natural rhythmic breaths as you walk around, observing the east and everything coming at you from that direction. Gently, slowly walking to the south, west, north, back to the east, and then triangulating in back behind your altar, facing east once again. And shall we begin again, like Finnegan, with a true yin, to experience Zen and expand our kin. Spend as much time as you like in your astral temple, Wayfarer, enjoying all of the treasures within. All aspects of the temple are within your reach.
The great race of Yith, having already foreseen the downfall of human civilization, may merely be waiting for the moment when history aligns with their observations. Some interpretations of the manuscripts even suggest that their entire purpose is not to educate or warn, but to serve as a mere historical curiosity, a detached record of an event already fated to occur. Though the Pnakotic manuscripts are said to originate from a pre-human race, scattered records suggest that certain fragments of the text may have fallen into human hands throughout history.
Greetings and salutations.
Much
Jack
love,
Talcott, how the hell are you, man? Welcome.
Oh, I feel honored to be with you, my friend. I'm sorry to Voy and you. I missed out on much of the conversations. I swear, I clicked the link and StreamYard opened up, and then I got a phone call. So I took the call, and I missed out on you guys. But
not to worry. Many blessings. Good to see you, hermano.
Hey, much love and thank you. It's just a short visit because I know you've been going a little bit already, but I'm actually, I guess I'm procrastinating, to be honest. I'm on my way down to the capital to prayerfully run into somebody who might be able to do something.
Wow, right now, today, that's a big deal. Do tell.
I don't know if you heard what I said. I set the goal. Gave myself a timeline, and it was maybe foolish, but who knows? July 4th. All the Congress did not, as I understood from the news last night, the U.S. Congress did not break for the holiday like they traditionally do because we got this big budget bill, right? The super duper great bill that's got to be dealt with. all this spending nonsense. So apparently there's a lot of congressmen and women still there in DC. It's a weekday, you know, it's about a 40-minute drive to the metro station and then 45-minute train ride, and I can be down there. So I think I'm going to head out, go see if I can.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's really something. Yeah, it's good. It's good magic. My question would be only this, like, what is your time reference right now, like before you head out? And how much time do I have with you this evening, this morning?
You know what? As much as you want, I guess, because it's not something I'm really feeling. It's an idea, right? It's an idea. It's not my heart is saying this is the answer. This is what you need to do. It's just a mental idea I have that it would make sense. I did. I set the goal, July 4th. I want to speak to Donald Trump and the men and women, the leadership of Congress by then. Please. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. Like, you've chosen a magic number. 7-4 is 28. It's an awakening point. It's 2 and 8. It's 10. Like, you've got to do the things that call you forward, and always remember. I mean, you know this and you embrace it, that the Spirit of the Lord is working through you, and so it's not only necessarily like your idea. Like, these things arise from your ability to embrace the Christ consciousness and move forward with like God's mission, and as it were, like, Illumitomedy would certainly remind you that you're a soldier in God's army, right?
Yep.
And he'd be like, motherfucker, throw off your cape and take up your sword. And you've done that time and time again, but he doesn't totally grok it either, though, because he's like, I need a metallic weapon to challenge man's, word against me. And whereas, like, you've used the methods that I think really genuinely matter to all of us. I mean, why do people continue to seek you out, even though some of them like openly hate you and oppose you and vilify you? And it's like, fuck, man, you're realizing the magic and you're seeing it, and that's why you keep coming back and back and back. And fuck, and pardon the language, pardon the French, as it were, right? Sometimes we don't get it, and we don't have to, because when you move with the flow of the Lord within you and you bring forth those missions which he makes possible. I mean, some of them are side missions, some of them are directly in front of you, then yeah, you've got to flow with it. And it's a thing. People see it. Some choose to reinforce it and get on board, and others like seek to directly challenge you. And there, again, like, I cut from this two things. One was, the first thing I cut to was the Seven of Swords, which is carrying that great burden forward. You've got all of that weight on your shoulders, but you're like, I'm going to take it forward anyway. And then I cut to the Angel, the Temperance card, and it's a balancing of various energies, above and below. And this is Christ's rebirth after Easter in the major teaching. So we have the moment of death and metamorphosis with the 13th card, which is the Death's Head and Memento Mori, which I was just discussing with another person recently, because she lost her grandmother. But then after that is the rebirth of the idea and the empowerment of spirit. And I've always recognized, and I think that that's genuinely what you're trying to bring forward, is again, that Christ consciousness of angelic benevolence. Yeah, and it's a good thing. And tonight, in fact, a lot of good magic occurred. Like Voy showed up. Voy has visited your show a few times. I'm not super sure if you're really familiar with him or not,
He's a
but
he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Yes, I like Foy. Hey,
yeah, and so it means a lot to me for you to visit and say hello. And 'cause
I
we
would.
all lose good people, you know. Go ahead.
Hey, I know that you are one of those who appreciates me, so I'm grateful to be able to join to actually catch you and have the opportunity to join you. So I do appreciate you. Thank you. You said something earlier about the observations of I attract I attract battles and I attract opposition, and it's been a pattern throughout my entire life. I didn't recognize it until I started learning how to be still and pay attention. And so it's been a spiritual refinement. And we're all going through this at different degrees and different variations, levels. We're all going through this spiritual refinement of what does it mean to be good? I thought I was good enough in the past, and I clearly wasn't. Still dealing with the consequences of my past today. But what I've chosen is to face reality. Life is in the future, man. If we're not focused on the future, we lose sight of today. That's what I realized. Much. That's the truth. We got to lean into these challenges, face the discomfort so we can find out how to be comfortable.
Absolutely. And like I found a lot of life and inspiration in what you said recently about this July 4th challenge of bringing forth like a new kind of spiritual independence, right? We have the Declaration of Independence, and we in and when I say we, I mean, you know, the American people and the world at large, we embraced this idea of breaking free from slavery of a material sort and a racial sort. And I think your whole message is taking it to the next step, a kind of spiritual independence from sin and grieving and secrecy and oppression. And so when you said it, it really resonated with me that it's kind of a, you know, it is like a declaration of independence once again from like the things that bind us and those chains. And you did it. You demonstrated it on live television at the Capitol, and Don Lemon was there recording the entire thing, and the ginger veteran or whatever, I don't know, I don't recall exactly, but yeah, you guys moved forward and you pushed the next boundary that needs to be overcome and bring that message forward. And what a wonderful thing. I mean, what a treat to be able to take part in that. Because I was on that journey with you. Fuck, I was at the ground level, and you didn't even originally post it on your channel like someone else did. And I was looking for you. You had been fucking MIA, and I'm like, "Where's Jack? You know, where's Jack?" And I was posting shorts about trying to find you,
I
and
saw
yeah, I did a search
it's
and I
fun.
found it on someone else's channel, like Talcott's Collections or something. And I'm like, there he is, right there, you know? Fuck.
Getting
Doing real
tackled.
magic, you know? Yeah, you didn't get arrested though. I'd like to know how did you avoid that? Because you were right there, dead fucking center.
Because I got tackled. See, I my goal was
Okay. So that
my
took you out of commission. Yeah.
my goal was to carry the banner, to get the banner, and to be with the men and women on the steps. I didn't click with the importance of the banner, admittedly. Had I really realized how visual that was, how important that was to the visual, I'd have been a hell of a lot more intent. But I was going my way the way I do, and the cop came and tackled me. And so then he's standing over me and telling me to get back behind the bike racks, behind the barricades. And so I had a choice. What do I do? Do I just sit here, defy the order, and then make them take me away? Or do I comply? Well, I knew I wasn't going to make it to the steps because as soon as I got up, the cop stood over me and he started shoving me back behind the barricade. So I walked real slowly. He threatened me with he threatened me with something. I was like, dude, get off, right?
Resisting arrest.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. Because I was so slow and I was resisting him pushing me forward. I was resisting. I was like, dude, come on. So I took my time, at least stopped him from harassing anyone else, and then got behind. I complied and followed the instructions. But because I didn't make it to the steps, because my plan didn't work out, that's how I ended up talking to Jolly Good Ginger and Don Lemon. And actually, Frank.
Oh, wow. So that occurred after. Wow,
Yes.
yeah, that's good.
Frank,
I like that. Yeah, because go ahead, yeah.
It was divine. It was divine. I chose to be there. I chose to participate, but it wasn't what I chose for to happen. But I rolled with it. I did the best with what I could. And Frank, let me thank you because this conversation, you recharged my spirit again, okay? Reminding me of why I'm doing it and what I'm doing. And I think it is time for me to head down to DC and see if the spirit brings me something again, okay?
Good man, good man. And I would just reinforce that I think that it's the spirit of gentleness, and that's what Jesus was really bringing forward that took you through that, because you really exhibit that. Like you're the fucking epitome of a like a gentle approach. I know sometimes the things come out, but for the most part, Jack, that's what you're fucking doing, and that's why I respected you from day one. When the fucking naysayers had nay to say and the haters were spreading hate, I sought you out and I found a real resonance in your message. Yeah, so thank you for that. And good luck to you, man. And thank you for stopping by. Much love.
Much love to you. And thank you, Frank.
Take good
By
care.
the way, you see the light because it reflects your light. Thank you for seeing me. I love you, brother. Peace.
I love you too, man. I appreciate that. Bye. Peace. Yeah, what a beautiful thing, man. I can definitely jive with that. I hope you all good looking, sexy people out there in Happy Land also enjoyed that. I would draw some cards, some dire portents, right? Mr. Talcott was good looking out and moving forward. I think he's going to experience some rejoicing. Oh, threes. Threes are coming up, man. Three threes in a row. And then a seven. Okay, so let the chariot carry you forward, right? The Uma and Therma, the glory of God, the chariot. Ooh, let's do a cut. Let's do a little bit of a shuffle. There's some seriousness coming in with the swords on the cut. The King of Swords and air, whirling wind and rushing airs. Enjoy the present, right? There's the Hell Hotel. All right. Good magic, man. What a thing. What a delight. What a treat to see Jack Talcott. And guys, if you haven't already checked out his channel and subbed up over there, then definitely take the opportunity to do so now and go over there and say hello. Tell him Frank Monday sent you, because that's always a fun thing. I can appreciate that. And I wasn't the only one, looking out. I forgot to fucking ask Jack. Jack, if you're still here and you're still listening, did OTW sing your intro song, man? What a beautiful thing. Like, I always enjoyed your original intro song as well, but the new one, it really sounds like OTW wrote it and sang it. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but yeah, definitely respond to that if you do hear this. And let me scroll up here, guys. We got a little time. So this is the Jack Talcott channel. Make sure you go over there and check it out. StreamYard here. I could definitely recommend his transmission. It's always good fun. Lots of fun stuff going over there. And here's the Don Lemon thing we were just talking about. He's headed to the Capitol and gonna do good magic. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that was him right there. Okay, I got some notifications hitting off here in the notifications section. And yeah, that's garbage. Yeah, but what did I want to mention? Not sure. Kind of got lost in the weeds a little bit. There it is. Yeah, here's the latest live stream that we participated in. Yes. Yeah, you guys can go check it out and see. I lost my train of thought somehow. Yeah, it's all right. You know, it is what it is. We've neared the end of the hour here, and as a result, we should probably roll into the abodes of the future. Oh yeah, it's going to the capital, man. The the capital.
Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Greek, may have encountered glimpses of its knowledge and attempted to incorporate them into their own mythologies and sciences. The Book of Ibon and De Vermis Mysteries both contain vague references to a text known as the Scriptum Pennacotica, described as an ancient book of impossible knowledge. The Book of Ibon, attributed to the Hyperborean sorcerer Ibon, mentions a lost volume written before the first temples of men, which held the secrets of time's unraveling. De Vermis Mysteries, written in the 16th century by Ludwig Prinn, contains a cryptic passage that reads, "To those who walk within the currents of time, the words of Pennacotus are neither past nor future, but always. Beware the scribes who inscribe upon the skin of eternity." Some scholars believe this is a reference to the Yithians' ability to record their knowledge across multiple epochs, inscribing their wisdom into forms that might only be comprehensible to certain minds. The Necronomicon also makes brief allusions to the Nakhotic manuscripts, though its references are veiled in forms that might only be comprehensible to certain minds.
Yeah, there you have it. I should probably go ahead and cut this one short, man, so that those minds who seek to understand the various incantations of the subtle realm will benefit most extensively from the exchange that just occurred. Your Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon, Frank Monday, transmitting to you from the central kingdom of the celestial dragon in Twilight Zone, Old Peking. Friend and well-wisher, Frank Monday, coming at you once again like Finnegan. Guys, the 100-day challenge where the psionic agent is up. And wow, the fucking death card came up 2 times in a row. Let's see if it'll come up a third time. Be careful on your journeys, Wayfarer. Remember death, for it looms forever in front of you and above you like a sword of Damocles dangling by a thread. Make sure you check me out on buymeacoffee.com, guys. Pull something in the tip jar. I can appreciate that. That'll help me keep doing good magic. And until next time, we'll finish with the adoration of Abraxas. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to guide and protect us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Yeah, so this is the third time that old number 13 has come up. So good magic. What are you going to do about that, right? I love y'all good looking, sexy people. And until next time, keep doing good magic. Carpe diem, ad astra per aspera, into the abodes of the future. And yeah, bye for now.